Good morning, my awesome friends and followers of Suffolk's #1 YouTube channel. Yes, and until someone shows me otherwise, I will continue to hold that title. And thank you to my members. It's great to have you here. It's great to be part of this wonderful community. Before I start off today, I want to thank Bob Craft and Dave Ellis for coming on my live stream last night and discussing what's going wrong with today's mainstream media and the constant persecution of the very men that keep us safe, the United Kingdom Special Forces. It's quite sad. Woke up this morning, got sent more stuff. There's another story out today. Sean Raymond, who's a decent journalist, has wrote a story today in the Times about the rivalry between the SAS and the Special Boat Service. And I did reach out to Sean to come on last night, but Sean didn't want to come on last night. Like many journalists, including Mark Nicholl, Sean Raymond, and the rest of them, they're all very good at writing stories about the Special Forces, but none of them want to have accountability, and it's up to them. So I don't think we should listen to what these people have to say in the media any longer. Just because you served in the military doesn't make you an expert, okay? The minute you leave the military, including me, you heard from Bob last night, the minute you leave the military, you're replaced by someone else. Someone gets promoted into your slot and you're not needed anymore. Whether you think you're an asset or not, you're no longer needed. You might be needed in civilian street to advise on security matters and stuff, but the army don't need you. They just move on. And techniques change, weapons get upgraded, and you then go from a subject matter expert to not being a subject matter expert. So that's how quickly things change. Just because you know someone in the army doesn't mean that you know everything about the army. Okay, let's put that to bed. I don't think journalists should be able to comment on military matters if they've never served. That's just my opinion. There we go. Right, so yeah, thanks for watching that last night. It was really nice, interesting actually. Two very, very impressive guys with good reputations talking about something that they actually know about. So there we go. So, a few stories today. Now, I've been, every morning when I get up and I look at the media and I look at what's going on, the same faces in there. You have Blake Lively, you've got Ryan Reynolds, and you've got Justin Baldoni. Is it? I think that's how you say it. Justin Baldoni, yeah, in there. And there's a feud, isn't there? There's a feud amongst those three. It started off with Justin and Blake doing a movie together, and Blake Lively then stated that Justin made it a toxic working environment. He had sexual harassment. She had all these allegations thrown at him, and it looked pretty one-sided. And I was like, Justin, woo. But then we all knew this. If you take on Blake Lively, who's married to Ryan Reynolds, you take on Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds is one of the most famous actors in the world right now. Everything he touches turns to gold, doesn't it? So I was like, oh, this isn't going to end really well, is it? Anyway, and I have seen all the different things all over the media. It looks like that Blake has been, well, destroying Justin all over the media. I mean, he's been made to be a nasty villain in a way. And now you've got Ryan Reynolds in Blake's camp doing things, and they're like, wow, you're taking on them? Well, this has backfired, because now Justin Baldoni has decided to go on a class action lawsuit against Blake and Ryan for $400 million, saying that those two have used their global fame to try and kill my career. And that's going to be, well, we'll see it. We'll see it. We'll see what's happening. I don't understand it. I'm hearing from other camps that Blake Lively is very needy. She's hard to work with. She needs attention all the time. I'm hearing all that, but then we're hearing from her that sexual harassment. So it's quite clear that they don't like each other. They should never been put together. They should never been pitted together to work on a movie together, because it's just ended in toxic airwaves, hasn't it? So we'll see what happens to that there. Now I'm gonna go and I'm gonna say I tend to believe Justin more than Blake. Just my opinion. I've looked at both sides of this here, and we'll see. You're allowed to believe. I mean, the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case, everyone jumped on Amber Heard, believed her at the start, didn't they? They believed her at the start. Turns out that it was Johnny Depp that was getting all the argument. I think, in my opinion, I believe that Blake Lively could very well turn out to be another Amber Heard. I'm just saying, okay? Let me know what you think. I could be wrong. It's just an opinion I have. It's just a gut feeling I've got at the minute. Anyway, what else was happening? Liam Payne's dad, was being sued for $10 million. $10 million. It's alleged that, hold on. Liam Payne's good friend, Nigel Norgay, what's his name? Roger Norris. Roger Norris was found guilty of neglect and all the things. One of the last people to see Liam alive, and he should have done this. And so Liam's dad was like, "Really? You're not a good friend, are you? What type of a friend are you?" Well, apparently that's destroyed. That's destroyed the reputation of this guy called Roger. And Roger now needs $10 million to make himself feel good about it. Imagine suing. Roger is a piece of shit when he's trying to sue the father for $10 million. I mean, he's just a shit person. There we go. Just a shit person. Yeah. Needs a good slap. That's what Roger needs. But he'll not get it, no doubt. It's shameful, isn't it? And I've written a few notes today, so just bear with me. There's loads of stories, and I didn't want to bring in all the nonsense stories to you because there's just too many. There's about 10 about Blake Lively. The Home Alone house where Colin McLaughlin lived in the movies has just been sold for $5.5 million. Councils, Gloucester Council has said yesterday that they want. Is this even a story? Gloucester Council have asked their constituents to try and drink a more climate-friendly milk. Is there such a thing? I mean, do these councillors not want... People just need a good slap. These councillors drive cars, diesel cars, and they're telling everyone that they must drink climate-friendly milk. It just pisses me off with this nonsense. They waste money, they write on paper, they say emails, but they still put... I mean... Christmas cards. Card, isn't it? Paper. They're never going to die. They're going to stay going. It's tradition. I mean, I just don't get councillors. I really don't. Well, one good thing today is that the Home Secretary, Yvette, has decided that there will be an inquiry into grooming gangs. That is going to take place, so that is great news. I just think they should just put cuffs on the Prime Minister and put him in jail, because it started and ended with him, didn't it? Well, it didn't start with him. But he knew all about it and he sort of swept it under the carpet. Just put cuffs on the Prime Minister, and then half the shit going wrong in the UK could be resolved overnight. What a terrible leader. 3 days to go before Donald J. Trump is now in the White House. And whether you like that or not, I don't care. For me, it's a great thing, because he's not woke, he's not weak, and he's not wank. He's a decent guy. You may, okay, but Trevor, he's done this and he's done this. They all have. Look at what Clinton did in Benghazi. Look about her laptop going missing. I mean, look at her husband getting sexual favours in the White House. Look at George Bush invading Iraq for no reason. Who else have we got? Look at Obama. Yeah, look what he's done. Didn't do a very good job, did he? Well, he came across as a very good talker, but yeah, behind the scenes wasn't very good. The weird thing is, and go and Google this, under Barack Obama, the first black president, there was more black people unemployed in America. Under Donald Trump, which everyone calls far right, men and women with colour thrived under him. Isn't that weird? So it's the media that's a big issue. The media, and we know that. The media are causing a lot of shit. But I write down stuff, and sometimes I need to make sure I get it right. What did I write here? Done that. Oh. So Prince Andrew is accused of having close ties with the Chinese spy, isn't he? Oh yes, Chinese spy. Let's stop China. Let's stop this here. China. Chancellor goes to China, doesn't she? Yeah. What's she just done? She's just signed an agreement so China can build a super embassy in the middle of London. Wow. I'm convinced, and I need someone to tell me that I'm wrong, but I'm convinced that our current Prime Minister, Sir Keir Starmer, is anti-British. I'm convinced he hates the country. He let out the grooming gangs. He ignored Jimmy Savile. We know that. He was a CPS, wasn't he? He helped sign agreements, and he helped with the Good Friday Agreement, which released terrorists onto the UK streets. He was in charge of writing the law under Tony Blair, which means that British soldiers continue to be prosecuted and special forces continue to be prosecuted. He's now the Prime Minister, and he's changed legislation that much that it opens up to former terrorists, IRA prisoners, like Jerry Adams, receiving compensation. Does this sound like a guy that has the goodness of the British people at heart? Does it sound like a guy who cares about British people? He's just signed a 100-year deal with Ukraine. He's only been in office 5 months, and he's going to dedicate the next 100 years. He's not even going to be alive. I think that should be ripped up and void. Whoever gets in next should rip that up and void. Why do we need this? It's nonsense. So we've just signed a partnership for 100 years with Ukraine. Now, within those 100 years, I know, and you know, that Ukraine will become Russian. Does that mean that we have to supply a Russian state with certain... I just don't like it. To me, it's nonsense. But the next thing has made me really, really happy. And that is to do with Love Methane, the new Netflix documentary that was meant to come out 2 days ago, but it's been postponed till March. I am now hearing that Netflix bosses are in turmoil over that. They are in turmoil over that program. They do not know whether to just delete it and let her go, or just play it and let her go. But the one thing that I am hearing is this: the Markles Netflix deal is dead. It is completely dead. There will be nothing. This is the last thing you will see them put together. Nothing else. That's it. Done. Dusted. And it's about time. Well done, Netflix. Well, listen, people, I think that's enough of me this morning. I am going to go. I'm going to go and have a soldier-on coffee. I'm going to take off my jacket and I'm going to relax, sitting on my beautiful kitchen chair. Have a great morning, everyone. Thank you to those of you that continue to become members of the channel. And don't forget, if you've got these at Christmas, leave a review. Should have read it by now. You've had nearly 30 days. No, 20 days. But listen, take care, people, and thanks for all your support. Bye.